A time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, what I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much. It's like I let him down, cause he know, cause he's somebody that really know like what I can do and how good I am.
Scorecards. Judge at the ringside, Eric Marlinski scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Adrien Broner wasn't in the training camp with Gervonta Davis for his fight against Lamont Roach. But he's had even much more to say. Adrien Broner's comments weren't in any way to attack Gervonta Davis, who he often calls his little brother. However, he had some bitter truth to spill, acknowledging that Tank has grown a little weary over the years, leading him to the untimely announcement of his retirement in December. Like right now, me and Tank is.
Right now, me and Tank is weird because he love me to death. He know I love him to death. But we don't talk every day how we used to, nigga.
He claimed his fight against Frank Martin had those elements of weariness that never used to be in Tank. To Broner, Tank has had an impressive career that justifies whatever is wrong at this point. And even if age or fatherhood is telling on him, he's done well enough. He further made the most controversial statement from any supporter of Gervonta Davis, claiming he scored Tank as the winner of the fight against Lamont Roach. Adrien Broner further added that Lamont Roach didn't do enough to snatch that win against Gervonta Tank. Music Davis.
Yeah. Let's go.
Together for old time's sake.
It is just the latest in a long history of Davis not taking his professional boxing career as seriously as he should before his fight against Francisco Fona nearly 8 years ago, which was the co-main event to Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, the second highest grossing fight. Davis missed the grand arrivals during fight week, something he repeated during last year's clash against Frank Martin as the headliner of the fight. Davis also did not make weight against Fona.
Won't get too much on paper, but shit, I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him, I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision.
Also experienced legal issues, including being incarcerated for 44 days in 2023 after violating terms of house arrest, and was sentenced to 3 years probation in May 2023. Davis is a highly talented boxer with unprecedented punching power for his height and weight now. After recently discussing the possibility of retiring, Davis, nicknamed Tank, needs to decide if he is willing to put the work into his career inside and outside of the ring to remain not only an undefeated champion, but one of the biggest names in the sport. That he hinted that another fight would take place before a rematch with Roach. Davis needs an immediate rematch and a dominant victory over Roach to remain perhaps the most popular American boxer in the world.
I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, shit, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with.
Many believe that Roach Jr. and his team have a great case for getting this call overturned if they appeal, which they're already in the process of doing, an outcome that Roach Jr. has teased on social media. And Roach Jr. is stating his knockdown overturn case and what it would mean for the fight's outcome, with a series of X posts on March 5th. The first of which wrote, y'all tweaking if y'all think Buddy was off for some or had an off night. That stuff is just different there with me. I told y'all from the start, just because I feel like I won, y'all acting like I said he was easy work or some. The knockdown gives me a UD. He followed this up by asserting, I did take care of that in the ring. Ely, you are about to make me get on you with this. This bias, I know he peoples. But leave it be, I ain't suing anybody. I'm getting a clear knockdown situated that they robbed me off. Get it right, guy, report that.
So, yeah, man, it's
It's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
When someone suggested that the knockdown getting overturned would mean he won a split decision rather than a unanimous decision over Davis, Roach Jr. said the guy who scored the fight for Tank gave him that round if the knockdown count is 10-8 my way. That's a 3-point swing, so I would have won that card too. Go back to your cave. Casual. Roach Jr. is right that a knockdown overturn would earn him a unanimous decision and not a split decision victory. But he would surely be happy with either. The major takeaway from Davis Roach was not that Tank had been exposed as some kind of fraud or had turned in a lousy performance. It was that Roach fought masterfully and had just the right talent level and game plan to give Davis fits.
You think about what happened in the 9th round. How frustrated are you that wasn't counted as a knockdown?
Man.
Doesn't deserve criticism for his performance, as many people have pointed out his tendency to start slow and to be excessively economical with his punches caught up to him or nearly caught up to him, depending on how you view him getting a draw on his record, and his behavior in the 9th round, thinking he could call timeout by taking a knee, thinking it was within the rules for him to ask his cornerman to towel grease from his eyes, basically him assuming a side treatment from Willis, and getting it deserves endless criticism. But Roach deserves credit. More than Davis deserves criticism. He took on an elite counterpuncher and he counted him, answering nearly Davis' left hook with a right hand. He didn't bite on Tank's traps and feints and patiently waited and set some traps of his own. I'm not honestly,
I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to...
He traded punches. He did so just long enough to let Davis know he meant business, and then got out of there and stopped exchanging. And he must have a tremendous chin, because while his defense, anticipation, and counter punching limited the number of clean shots he took, he still got cracked on the jaw a few times and emerged to hear scores read. Something Tank's opponents aren't supposed to do. Davis was a betting favorite when the fight began. There were plenty of folks in boxing ripping this as a pointless mismatch, but there were also sharper students of the game touting Roach as a challenger who would likely be competitive still. I didn't see anyone picking the Reaper to take a side to Tank's perfect record.
He had the white shirt out his eye, but the rules do state if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that.
The outcome is something of a lesson that superstars should take the biggest fights they can when they can, because sometimes that marking time bout is the one that bites you. Still, any damage to Davis's reputation can be quickly undone. All he needs to do is sign for an immediate rematch with Roach and get the win next time. At the post-fight press conference, Davis was teasing an unspecified bigger fight that he said would come first. Some speculated maybe that was Tank against Stevenson for argument's sake. Let's say that's precisely what Team Davis has in mind. Well, unfortunately, that fight just lost a lot of its luster.
But if that was kind of a knockdown, I would win a majority decision.
Yeah, Lamont, this is Matt from Brunch Boxing. What explanation, if any, were you given about why that particular sequence was not properly called a knockdown?
With a fight like Tank versus Shocker one, that would be billed as potentially determining who is the best American boxer younger than 30. You can't have one of them coming directly off a fight most people think he deserved to lose. As a favorite, Davis needs the Roach rematch. Even though winning it won't be easy to maximize interest in fights against Stevenson and other Four Princes level opponents, the sight of a draw on Davis's record is not a massive hit to his marketability. But the feeling that he was second best in his most recent fight is, so he needs to replace that with another more recent fight in which he is not second best.
I don't know, did y'all see me in the ring tell him to keep counting? he started counting. I was like, why you stop? Like, keep counting. But I honestly don't know. I don't know. But
from Roach. And there's a left uppercut that lands for Roach. Davis digs to the body. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaning with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right? That's up.
That's a generous call from Roach. Did he not take a knee?
Take the mouthpiece, took him out.
That's right. Oh,
Davis Roach 2 needs to happen, and it needs to happen next. And it ought to happen in a location where Davis's Baltimore fans and Roach's DC fans can combine to create the most dynamic possible atmosphere. And where New York's Willis, usually a fine ref by the way, will not be on the commission shortlist. Well, that's it with Tank Davis, right now the star that once shone bright and was deemed the next big thing after Floyd Mayweather, but now has to battle his inner demons and face the overwhelming task of coming back from a position he never found himself in all through his career. Right now, Gervonta Davis has only maintained his relationship with Adrien Broner, who he also got very close to while they both stayed with Floyd and Mayweather. More recently, Gervonta Davis literally saved Adrien Broner from crashing after his long time out due to retirement shortly before his comeback fight against Blair Cobbs. In an Instagram post, Adrien Broner thanked Gervonta Davis for helping him get back to training. He recounted experiencing binge drinking while enduring a rough period. But then, out of the blue, he received a call from Tank, the lightweight champion, invited him to join the training camp. Ever since, Broner hasn't looked back. The former world champion expressed heartfelt gratitude to the Baltimorean. "I got a call from my baby bro Dan, and he told me to come do camp with him, and I've been on track ever since. And he's been pushing me every day. So with that being said, I just want to thank you, Tank. Let's get what a guy deserves out of this boxing stuff and laugh together on an island at the end," said Adrien Broner.
Tank put me like, yo, I need some help with this. You know what I'm saying? The AB came to me, and the great thing that I loved about the whole situation, from all the stuff AB went through, he was respectable. You know what I'm saying? He showed up, he did, you know, Tank, look, you're on my protocol now, and the results that he's seen, he in a good space. You know what I'm saying? We thought it was his hand hurt, but it was
The look of things, many could claim that the absence of Adrien Broner was what created any form of bad luck for Gervonta Davis, as he was present with Gervonta Davis during his training camp for Frank Martin, where Tank won in a brutal 8th-round knockout win, while Adrien Broner was absolutely embarrassed by Blair Cobbs the weekend before Gervonta Davis's fight. Talking about what the training camp looked like at that point, one of the reporters asked Tank's coach about Adrien Broner's training camp, and he responded, "My thoughts is that he's doing what we need him to do. I'm seeing the transition. I'm seeing a glimpse of what I used to watch when I was on TV, and stuff," said Ford.
I also know one thing, being too confident can get you killed. And I also know that about the game as well.
How did you know you had trouble with the law? How did you find that out?
We ain't here for that. We ain't here for that. But
okay, but you have connections everywhere.
hey, see, everybody thought he was gone, see?
Do you think he met Chapo? Do you think he met El Chapo?
I mean, I ain't worried about that, you know. What up, Chapo, man?
According to the trainer, almost everyone had given up on the problem. But the fact remains that he never went anywhere, he said. But he's still here. So he has a mission that has not been completed yet. So this opportunity that Don gave to him, he gets to show the world that he never left.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Does he look like Tank?
No.
Nah.
I'm about to get out of here.
Me too.
All right. So message to your fans, Adrien. What do you tell people who love you and support you?
Support me, follow me, and I'll fight for y'all. You already know. AB, Adrien Broner, always bottom.
Do you know which stars are coming yet?
Huh?
Which celebrities are coming to the fight?
Man, it's Miami. You know.
Everybody.
You know, everybody coming. And the off season, if you ain't in the playoffs, everybody go to Miami. You know, you never know who you might see.
Another reporter checked whether Davis and Broner were happy to be collaborating together in the camp. He replied that he could see Tank paying back for all the favors and help he received from Broner. So in many ways, he stressed their roles have changed since how they used to be earlier. Do you think you met No Chew? I mean, I ain't worried about that. You know what up, no, that's the roles changed. It's like Tank the big brother, Broner the little brother. but they both even because, again, that's showing the respect of the levels. Before and then after, so it's a good thing. Despite a smile, Broner appeared to carry a heavy heart as he reflected on Stafford, as that was the major factor that led him to Dant Davis. Coach Mike is everything to me, Broner said. I promised myself before I hung the gloves up that I would become a world champion again. For Coach Mike and myself, that's the goal. Broner, 34, is often remembered for his out-of-the-ring antics, including an arrest at a bowling alley in 2016 for robbery and his documented battles with alcohol.
Mike Stafford, kind of like a very but just in depth, like just point of just posting that, was that just to kind of reflect on how much he's meant to you leading into this fight?
Coach Mike is everything to me. I promised myself before I hang the gloves up, I gotta become world champion for Coach Mike and for myself. That's the goal for sure.
Hasn't had a world-class win since 2017, which was a split decision against Adrien Broner. Once seen as a Hall of Fame caliber fighter, Broner has become a cautionary tale for young boxers. He spoke about the importance of winning a world title at this stage in his career and how much being a tit list has meant to him over the years, something he feels hasn't always been understood by the public. Honestly, all of my world titles are special to me, Broner said. All my life, all I ever wanted to do was become a world champion. Every time I won one, I cried tears. I am pretty sure I'll do the same when I win the next one.
I'm just ready for the bell to ring and for my opponent to be across. Shit, that's like the left cop right there.
Good luck. Well, fuck me up though.
Nah, man, I feel good, man. Training camp's been going great, and I'm just ready to put on a great performance.
Broner, just talk to us. Obviously, relocated to Vegas for camp, in camp with Tank, and obviously in camp with Coach Calvin and the team. Talk to us about the experience, getting ready alongside the brothers.
Broner's fight with Cobb's 34 is seen as a last stand of sorts. He is no longer the youthful title holder, who is one of the faces of the newly established Premier Boxing Champions. Nearly a decade ago, having fought only twice in 5 years, Broner needs a strong performance to justify his stardom. During his media workout, he reflected on his tough journey in the sport. Boxing can eat you up and spit you out and move on to the next. Broner said, when your career is done and over with, they're going to look for the next upcoming boxer. So I always try to tell everybody, just do what is best for you.
Broner, just talk to us. Obviously, relocated to Vegas for camp, in camp with Tank, and obviously in camp with Coach Calvin and the team. Talk to us about the experience, getting ready alongside the brothers for the fight.
It's just like being at home, being back with my loved brother, it feels good. Being along the side of them, training together, we both getting ready for a fight. I always feel great.
Adrien Broner truly has had quite a successful run in his boxing career. The fighter has amassed a record of 34 wins and 4 losses in his professional career. Eventually, Broner retired from the sport as he wished to focus on his mental health before making his comeback. And it's really not an easy task figuring out his mental health, as he dropped an apology letter to several of his friends, a letter that went very viral on the internet.